Hey everybody, Rosematter here, and welcome to part 48 of my Umineko Let's Play. The last episode was amazing. We had Angie fully, understanding what magic is, that crazy moment with her getting to Rokonjima and running into Kasumi and her men and using magic to take them all out. And then meeting up with Ava and basically killing her too. Just that moment where she realized what magic is. The whole thing about white magic versus black magic, love versus sadness and trauma and hate, and how black magic twists people, whereas white magic can heal. And then kind of like having that moment with Ava Torice where she realized that she shouldn't hate Ava because Ava was coming from a place of hatred and sadness and loneliness, and the same with Kasumi in a way. It's just really touching moments. But now we're gonna, I guess, finish up this chapter, so let's get into it. Sorry, Beatrice, but don't hold it against me. Ushuramiya Angie still needs her family. So I have the right to fight you, so that I can take them back. And you have the responsibility to accept my challenge. So please, don't hold it against me. In exchange, if you do win in this game, I'll give you my blessing as well. Now, let's go. As the peace I am, it is finally time for my true turn. Sorry, Beatrice. I can't hand Oni-chan over to you. The world whitens. It wasn't white. It was the blindingly bright color of gold. Ooh. That place was the beautiful Ushuramiya family rose garden. However, the roses were all gold. The nectar was also golden. The butterflies gathering there were gold as well. This is the Golden Land. Oh! The promised land the witches of Mariette Socia would ultimately be guided to. There, all wishes come true, and all magic and dreams come into being. In that garden of gold roses were two, and only two, witches. At my uninvited appearance, the atmosphere trembled with unrest. What was to them an ominous wind shook the golden roses. The incredibly beautiful scene formed by the golden rose petals scattering in the wind was, without a doubt, something not of this world. The two who had been taking a walk through the golden roses noticed me and reacted in surprise.
Ange? Beato! Ange だ!
どうやってここへ引き取られよ。わらわはもはやここへは誰も招かぬの。
Beato spoke coldly. She seemed like a completely different person from the boldly sneering woman she had once been. She had closed off her heart and shut herself up in a world where she was alone with Maria One-chan. A world where she could always be alone with friendly Maria One-chan, conversing about magic while drinking tea. No one to hurry them and nothing to hold them back. A world where not a single person who might hurt them existed. Yes, to the two of them, that was a small and complete universe.
悪いわね。あんたにここに引きこもられちゃ困るのよ。私たちはあんたが戻ってこなきゃ
わらわは飽きたからやめたと言った。もうゲームには戻らぬ。
ベアトはね、ずっとここでマリアと一緒にいるの。ここで一緒にお茶を飲んでね、いろいろな遊びを考えるの。エンジェも一緒に遊んでいいんだよ。
マリア、それはならぬと言ったはず。わらわにはそなただけがいればよい。だからそなたも。
Aww. And what is this relationship between Beatrice and Maria? Or the person who represents Beatrice?
ありがとう。マリアをそこまで必要としてくれる人はベアトだけだよ。ならベアトと一緒にいる。二人きりでいい。
マリア、すまない。
Beato held Maria tight, even creating a small warm universe within their joined arms. It was probably the birth of the smallest universe in the world. The smallest universe in the world which a pair who needed each other could create. No matter how small it was, that world was complete. But I have to tear it apart.
悪いけど、そういうわけにはいかないの。私はこのマリアージュ・ソルシエルの黄金鏡をぶっ壊しにやってきたわ。
なぜわらわの世界を壊すのか。 この世界がわらわとマリア以外の誰に迷惑をかけたというのか。
あんたが始めて終わらせずにほったらかしたゲームでお兄ちゃんがずっと待たされてる。あんたが席に戻らなくちゃ勝負は永遠に終わらないのよ。
あのゲームにもはやプレイヤー
Because she cast him away? Wherever he is, I don't even know what happened to Battler, really.
バトラは消え去り、わらわもまた消え去り、ここにいる。あのゲームはもはや終わったのだ。
終わってない。あんたの始めたゲームでしょ。最後まできっちり責任を持って終わらせなさい。バトラーを打ち負かし、あなたが本当に望んだ世界を生み出すか、あなたが打ち負かされあなたの魔法に飲み込まれた全てを解放するか、しっかり最後まで責任を取りなさい。
ダメだよエンジェ。ベアとはこの世界でマリアと永遠に二人きりで過ごすの。マリアもベアとさえいれば他には何もいらないの。ここでは全ての願いが叶う。全てがある。
This golden land is made up of nothing more than a crystallization of Maria Onechan and Beatrice's thoughts and feelings. To drag Beato out of this world, I have to destroy it. Destroy this golden land, which must be the final world of peace for Beatrice.
お姉ちゃん、それは違う。この黄金鏡は嘘つきだわ。お姉ちゃんの本当に叶えたい願いを
I was gonna say, I was
叶え
like,
てくれていない。
I was gonna say, yeah, like the golden land. If she said everything is here, where's her mom? This is just the golden world for Beatrice, not for Maria.
そんなことないよ。ここでは何でも叶うの。見て、ここには
Oh, never mind.
優しいママだっている。
Gold butterflies gathered behind Maria, forming into a kindly smiling Aunt Rosa, and after smiling sweetly at me, she softly became golden petals and crumbled.
ここでは何だって生み出せるの。エンジだって生み出せるよ。バトラだって、ジョージお兄ちゃんだって、ジェシカお姉ちゃんだって。いくらでも呼び出せるよ。みんな優しくしてくれるよ。エンジもおいでよ。一緒に遊ぼう。
I was just told I'm not allowed to be here, so sorry, One-chan.
サク太郎は
Ooh. Upon hearing Sakutaro's name, One-chan's face looked like she was choking.
よせ。その名を口にするな。
Beato's expression changed as well, and she put her arm around Maria, hugging her as if to protect her. Sakutaro's name was still taboo for One-chan.
どうして口にしちゃいけないの。マリアお姉ちゃんの一番の親友の名前よ。どうしてその親友をこの素敵な黄金鏡に招いてあげないの。どうしてこの何でも願いの叶う黄金鏡ではサク太郎だけ呼び出すことができないの。
それは良いのだぞマリア。サク太郎のことを思い出さなくても。
サク太郎はママに殺されたんだよ。
Maria One-chan flew into a rage with a terrible expression on her face. Surprised by that voice, butterflies flew up throughout the garden, blowing around like a typhoon of flower petals.
知ってるわ、ローザおばさんが大切なサク太郎のぬいぐるみを引き裂いたわ。
It was truly a storm of gold.
やめよやめよやめよやめよ。なぜマリアの心の傷を再び引き裂こうとするのか。わらわとマリアの大切な親友の眠りを汚すな。
ならどうしてその大切な親友をあなたの魔法で蘇らせてあげないの。
They keep going on about the fact that Rosa was the one who ripped Sakutaro apart because she was the one who made him. She's the only one who can revive him, but I'm like, is there more to it than that?
それができるものならやっている。しかしあのぬいぐるみはローザによる手作りの品。そのたった一つが引き裂かれた魔法的意味は。
ごまかさないで。
Yeah, like that seemed like a lie.
どうして作太郎が蘇らせられないか。答えは一つだわ。あなたが本当の魔女じゃないからよ。
Bum bum bum.
蘇らせられるとも。
Oh, is Angie gonna be like, I can revive him? Watch, I'm a real witch.
わらわの魔法でいくらでもこうして蘇らせられるとも。
Okay.
作太郎でこの庭園を埋めることだってできようぞ。
But he's still like see-through, so he's not actually there. Right?
ええ、できるでしょうね。あなたの魔法では。でも、あなたの生み出した作太郎は、決してお姉ちゃんには見えない。どうしてか分かってるでしょ？もう一度言うわ。
You aren't a real witch.
あなたが本当の魔女でないからなのよ。
やめてどうしてエンジェはそんなひどいことばかり言うの？ベアとはたくさん魔法が使えるよ。とても素敵な魔女なんだよ。
Are we breaking down who Beato is right now? Is this what we're doing?
サクタロだけは蘇らせられなかったけど、他のことなら何だってできるの。だからサクタロだけは我慢できるの。
Is Angie gonna be like, look what I can do? I can revive him. I'm a witch. Is she gonna tell Angie? She's gonna tell Mario, look, I've been practicing. I believe now.
ううん。お姉ちゃん、それは違うわ。魔女にできないことなんてないの。それができない時点で、ベアトリーチェは本当の魔女じゃないわ。
Does that mean that Maria is also not a real witch because she can't revive Sakutaro?
それは違うよ。サクタロのよりしろのぬいぐるみはママの手作りの特別なものだから。
だから蘇らせられないの？ベアトリーチェのあなたの魔法はそんなにも不便なの？
ならば、そなたなら作太郎を蘇らせられるというのか。そなたの魔法ならば、それができるというのか。
できるわ。
Oh, okay, here we go.
マリアお姉ちゃん、私が本当の魔法を見せてあげるわ。私が作太郎を蘇らせてあげる。
Angie's just flexing on Beatrice now.
本当？ベアトリーチェもできなかったんだよ。
Mari's gonna be like, Beatrice, who? Angie, you are my new favorite.
本当に？
ええ、できるわ。その代わり約束して。私が作太郎を蘇らせてあげたなら、
うん。
この黄金鏡から出て行きなさい。
そんなことは許さぬ。ここはわらわとマリアの世界。マリアがいなくなったら壊れてしまう。
That's what Angie wants, right? So that Beatrice has to come back to the game. The minimum amount of humans it takes to create a universe is 2. If that breaks down, the world is destroyed. To drag out the witch who shut herself away in the Golden Land, I have to destroy this world.
そう。それこそがあなたが魔女でない証拠よ。本当の魔女ならね、宇宙は一人で生み出せるのよ。マリアージュ・ソルシエール魔女同盟。この同盟の存在自体があなたが魔女でないことの証になっている。
嫌だ。
Oh, the fact that she needs more than one person?
マリアは渡さぬ。
Who is Beatrice really, and why does she have such a hold on Maria? Like, why does she need Maria so much?
そなたは嫌いだ。今すぐに帰れ。ここから出て行け。
勝手にみんなをゲームに引きずり込んでおいて、自分は機嫌一つで飽きたり追い出したり、なんて自分勝手なの。見なさい、ベアトリーチェ。そしてマリアお姉ちゃん、これが本当の魔法なのよ。
本当にサク太郎を蘇らせられるの？
できるわけがない。ここはわらわとマリアの二人だけの黄金鏡。部外者のそなたに使える魔法など一つもない。今のそなたには超一匹生み出すことさえ叶わぬわ。
静かにしてベアト。
Oh.
エン ジ邪魔しないで。
When Maria yelled, the storm abruptly stopped and the area returned to silence, as the massive amount of golden petals that had been blown upwards quietly drifted down. That scene looked so fantastical, as though a golden snow was falling. Maria, thinking about this unlikely, if only miracle, unconsciously joined her hands together, as though praying. Beato's heart raced as she watched Maria do this. If the extremely unlucky were to happen, Maria would. This world would. But it's inconceivable. An absolute impossibility. The stuffed animal, the only one of its kind in the world, was torn apart and thrown away, and not a thread remained. Reviving it is an absolutely certain impossibility. This is my golden land, a world where magic that isn't mine certainly cannot exist. We'll see if we can smash through this red truth. At Beato's scream, the world lost its sound. I slowly recited the incantation for true magic.
さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさい。マリアの親友のサクタロウ。あなたがどんな姿をしていたのか。あなたがどんなに愛くるしいぬいぐるみだったのか。
Expressions of shock rose to both their faces. Then, pushing Beato's elbow aside, Maria dashed forward. Yeah, Beato's old news now. What does this mean? What does this mean in real life, though? I gotta try and understand what this means. Then, she threw her arms around him and me both.
大丈夫。サクタロウは消えないよ。
ウリュウ、マリア、ただいま。サクタロウ、サクタロウ。
Did Angie do the voice for Sakutaro there? Because she was talking, and then did the Uryu I'm back.
サクタロウ、会いたかった。
Maybe it's a thing where it's like Angie's doing the voice for Sakutaro, but Maria believes it to be Sakutaro's voice. It was unmistakably that lion, that Sakutaro's stuffed animal. Maria had forgotten its softness, its texture, its stitches, its everything. But the instant she hugged the stuffed animal, everything came back to her vividly.
ウリュウ、マリア、ただいま。サクタロウ、サクタロウ、体は平気なの？どこも痛くない？あんなにひどいことされたのに、どこも平気なの？ウリュウ、エンジェが魔法で蘇らせてくれたから全然平気なの。よかった、よかった。おかえり、サクタロウ。もうマリアといつまでも一緒だよ。永遠に一緒だよ。だから僕を離さないでね。離さないよ。永遠に。
And still hugging Sakutaro, she looked up at me with tear-filled eyes.
ありがとう、エンジェ。エンジェの魔法はすごい。どうしてサクタロウを蘇らせることができたの？
Because I'm a real witch, I like that poser over there.
ベアトにもできなかったのに。
ありえぬ。ありえぬ。どうしてわらわの黄金鏡でわらわ以外の人間が魔法を使えるのか。こんなことは断じてありえぬ。
何をうろたえているのよ、ベアトリーチェ。これが魔法でしょ。
So that shatters that red truth of no magic can be used here that's not my own.
魔法のわけがない。ここはわらわの黄金鏡。わらわ以外の魔法は絶対に存在できない世界。
Are we about to break down the whole idea of red truths to begin with? Like, that they aren't always the truth?
そしてわらわの魔法でサクタロウを蘇らせることはできなかった。できるはずがないのだ。そのぬいぐるみは特別なぬいぐるみ。ローザが娘の誕生日のために作った世界でたった一つの。
Oh, she couldn't say it. Just like Badler.
ね、魔法でしょ。
Oh, she's crying, and she's crying. With this miracle that she could not possibly accept, Beato understood all of my magic, and she looked at Maria and Sakutaro instantly frolicking around, looked at me, and then fell to her knees, with even her hands pressed to the ground, and cried, "Damn, we broke her."
ベアトリーチェ、これは本当に魔法なんだよね。魔法なんだよね。ベアトリーチェ。
魔法であるぞ。
She's like, I hate Angie so much, but I have to try and not look too angry in front of Maria.
それこそが本当の魔法であるぞ。
どうしてベアトにもできない魔法をエンジが使えるの？どうして？
Beato's like, don't rub it in.
どうして？エンジすごい。エンジはすごい魔女。マリアなんかよりもずっとずっとすごい。本当の魔女だよ。
ええ、そうよ、お姉ちゃん。私は反言の魔女ヘンジェ。私に蘇らせられないものはないわ。
Now she's gonna be like, I gotta revive my family now. And everybody.
すごいよすごい。反言の魔法って一番難しいってベアトも言ってたのに。エンジはすごい。本当の大魔女なんだ。
At that moment, Maria's and Sakutaro's forms flashed gold, and the two became golden flower petals and crumbled away. As the two became a golden wind and swirled together, they left for some other place of peace. Beato had, as promised, banished Maria from the Golden Land.
さよなら、マリアお姉ちゃん。そしていつまでも。大丈夫よ。お姉ちゃんの世界にも必ずあなたはいるわ。でもそれは。
Okay, that doesn't refer to you.
よかったな、マリア。わらわはそなたの親友としてその再会を。
So that's the whole thing. It's like she exists in Maria's world, but the actual Beatrice, who Beatrice is in the real world, I'm guessing is a human who is doing all of these things. But Maria sees her as Beatrice. Whether this person is dressing up as Beatrice or Maria just believes that this person is the reincarnation of Beatrice, I don't know. On Beato's face was a mixture of what was probably every expression a human could muster. Yeah, a human. A human. That expression. It was joy. It was anger. It was sadness.
それが魔法の根源よね。愛がなければ、悲しみがなければ、怒りがなければ、魔法は見えない。
The ground shook, an earthquake. It gradually caused greater and greater fissures, and began to tear Beatrice's final paradise apart. Golden butterflies fluttered about trying to escape, but there was nowhere to escape to, not for Beatrice. The golden land began to crumble away. The earth gave way like a floor falling through, and Beatrice was sucked into the depths of jet black darkness. Then she was mercilessly slammed against the jet black floor. It was a small, nondescript, and very dimly lit smoking room. There was no door to escape by, and while there were windows, they let no light into this place, Beatrice's smoking room. Even as Beato moaned from the pain of being slammed against that cold, hard floor, she shakily rose to her feet. A seat was there, and the game table, still just as it had been where she had left it. The game board, too, was preserved in the same state in which Beato had abandoned it.
そこがあなたの席よ。座りなさい。
I love Angie's calling the shots now.
ここしかない。
Beato put a hand against her own seat and laughed sadly.
勝つか負けるか、あなたに与えられるのはそれだけよ。それに行き着く過程での引き分けは許されるでしょう。でも中断して投げ出すことだけは許さない。勝って生き残るか、負けて消え去るか、そのどちらかになるまであなたはその席を立つことなんて許されない。それが魔女のゲームのホストである黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェの唯一の務めでしょ。
Laughing weakly, Beato sat down. Then she rested her elbows on the table, covered her face with both hands, and managed to put together a smile with just her mouth.
勝てぬゲームを逃げることは許されぬか。ならばよかろう。わらわが負けるまで繰り返そうではないか。
何よ気弱な。勝ちなさいよ。あなたの最善手を尽くしなさい。あなたが始めたゲーム、あなたには最善手を指す義務がある。いい加減に優柔不断にふざけるのはやめて。
Just then, there was a heavy sound. Beato felt a cold and pitiful sensation on her leg. Oh, she's locked in.
捕まえた。やっと捕まえたわよ、ベアト。
おや、大ラムダデルタ教ではないか。まだおられたとはな。
Beato's foot was locked in an ice-cold steel shackle, fastening her to the chair she sat in. She would no longer be able to escape from the seat.
もう逃げられないんだからね。私こう見えてもしつこいの。意外でしょ。
自覚がなかった方が意外であるわ。
あんたには中座も中断も許されてないのよ。永遠に戦うのよ。勝つためにね。負けたくはないでしょ。負けたらどんな素敵な世界に叩き落とされるか、ちょっぴりだけ覗いてみたい。大丈夫よ。勝てるわよ。この大ラムダデルタ教があんたが勝つまでつきっきりで永遠に面倒を見てあげるから。
しかし、戦いたくて
Now, Battler's gonna be summoned back, right? Or is Angie gonna take his place?
大丈夫よ。
Yay!
バトラーを見つけてきたわ。
When Birkenstell appeared and clapped her hands, Badler appeared from the sky and plopped into the opposite chair. Badler's eyes were slightly opened, but there was no sparkle in them, almost like a doll. Without the one pillar that established his soul, he had fallen into the very depths of darkness and had been drifting about all this time. By rights, he should have dispersed and vanished like mist. Birkenstell had managed to scrape him together. It was surprising she had managed to bring him back into a human form. However, even though his body had returned, his soul had not. It was blown away when his existence was denied by Beatrice. It wouldn't come back easily.
バトラもこの戦いを逃げないわ。あんたに勝つまでね。勝ち目がなくなってきたからって全て投げ出して逃げるなんて、そんな無粋を許しはしない。彼だってそんなことを望んではいないわ。でしょ。
His eyes probably look as glazed over as Birkenstell's right now. Badler didn't answer. His heart was still dead. His eyes wavered slightly at the question, but he couldn't answer.
バトラー、しっかり。
Angie, just maybe if she finally tells him who she is, maybe that will give him the fight to be like, your sister is here, fight for your sister and for your family.
あなたはここにいるわよ。そして敵は目の前にいる。戦って勝つために。
Badler lazily and incoherently parroted her words. He was back, but the trauma inflicted on his soul was no small thing. That was only natural. Beatrice had woven her red, and he had been denied. He had learned the mother he had respected was not his birth mother, and he didn't know who he was.
自分は後ろ宮バトラではない。
Yes, you are. You're still in Ushiromiya. You might not have the mother you thought you did, but you're still in Ushiromiya.
バカなこと言ってんじゃないわ。あんたは他の誰でもない。
Alright,
後ろ宮バトラよ。
this is gonna be it, right? This is gonna be the time where Angie's finally gonna reveal who she is. There's no better time than right now.
誰が認めようと否定しようと、あなたがそれを信じなさい。
She's gonna be like, you're my brother. You are my brother. And nothing will change that.
あなたの世界はね、あなただけが作れるのよ。あなたが後ろ宮バトラである世界を失わないで。
じゃあ俺は誰なんだよ。お袋の子じゃないんだぜ。俺はどこから生まれてきたんだよ。
That's a big question, eh? What is this? Is this the thing that is the root of everything with Beatrice and all this? Badler asked while gazing lazily up at the ceiling, with eyes that still hadn't regained their sparkle. Of course, she answered right away.
ええ、そうね。レアトが赤き真実で宣言したわ。だから私も宣言する。後ろ宮バトラは後ろ宮アスムの息子ではないわ。
なれば我がゲームの対戦相手の資格はないではない。
ベアトリーチェに復唱要求。
Oh, here we go.
後ろ宮バトラは後ろ宮金蔵
Yeah,
の
that's the
孫では
thing.
ない。
As long as he's Kinzo's grandkid, he can still be here. Yeah, exactly. As Beato wrinkled her forehead, a pained smile rose to her face.
復唱拒否ね。レアトが宣言した2つの赤き真実。
I had a moment where I thought that maybe Badler was actually the son of Beatrice, or the woman who, Beatrice is based on, that Kinzo kept locked up in that mansion. But the timelines don't work because she's way too old. Or no, she'd be old in 1998, but I still feel like it wouldn't work. And plus, technically, Badler would be Kinzo's. Yeah, Badler would be Kinzo's son, not grandson. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work unless he had Badler very late with Beatrice, but she died years ago. I did have a fleeting moment where I was thinking like, oh my god, is Beatrice actually Badler's mother? But I don't think that's possible.
バトラはアスムの息子ではない。そして金蔵の孫であるバトラにしか対戦相手の資格がない。これに矛盾せずにバトラに資格を認められるのは以下の仮説よ。これが私の青き真実。ベアとの対戦相手の資格は金蔵の孫である後ろ宮バトラであって、アスムの息子であるか否かは問題ではない。すなわちあなたはアスムの息子でなくても金蔵の孫であることはできる。ルドルフの息子でさえあるならば。
くだらない言葉遊びよね。
青き真実有効よ。ベアト、赤き真実での反論は赤き真実で受けられないならバトラの対戦資格は何の問題もない。
Badler was still out of it. He still couldn't really understand what she was saying for him. But even so, his spirit was starting to come back bit by bit.
じゃあ俺は誰なんだよ。
しっかりなさい。あんたは後ろ宮バトラ。
This is Angie. This is where you say it. You are my brother. Say it.
確かに
Say
ア
it.
スムお母さんがあなたを産んだわけではないかもしれない。でもだから何？あなたにとって母親であることに何も変わりはないでしょ。例えばあなたにとって
Here we go.
後ろ宮エンジ
Here we
ェは
go.
何？
Yes. Yes, this is what I wanted.
血は繋がってないかもしれないけど、
Yes.
それでも妹でしょ。血じゃないでしょ。絆でしょ。
そりゃそうさ。エンジェは血が繋がってなくても妹だ。
赤で言って。
Aw.
エンジェは妹だって言って。
Aw.
エンジェは
Aw,
俺の
this is so
妹だ。
sweet.
あ、言えた。
She hugged Badler, who was still out of it, and slumped into his chair strongly from behind. So strongly that it hurt. Here it is, guys. I've been wanting this for so
明
long.
日もお母さんがあなたの生みのお母さんじゃないかはわからない。でもあなたは今日まで、そして今でも母親だと信じてるでしょ。世の中にはね、母親さえ家族さえいない人だって大勢いるのよ。明日もお母さんはあなたを寂しがらせたことがある？ないでしょ。あなたの平和だった家族を簡単に捨て去らないで。あんたは6年も家族の元から離れてたから家族の絆が希薄すぎるのよ。もっともっと家族の絆を強く感じて、思い出して。
No.
明日もお母さんのためにもこんなくだらない魔女の妄言で愛情を失わないで。
She's talking about his mother, but she's really talking about herself. Like, don't forget about me. Oh, this is so
そ
sweet.
うさ。おふくろはいつだってここはどこだよ。くれよ、帰りてえよ。俺の家族は、みんなはど
Aw.
こなんだよ。
The light still hadn't returned to Badler's eyes, but tears formed there.
お家であなたの妹が帰りを待ってるわ。せめてあなただけでも帰ってあげないと。彼女はいつまでも一人ぼっち。妹のためにもどうか魔女のゲームに勝って。
She's still being coy about it.
エンジ、俺の妹。でもよ、わからねえんだ。どうして俺はベアトとこんなわけのわかんねえ残酷なゲームを永遠に繰り返さなきゃならねえんだ。もう嫌だ。
なら早くこんなゲームに決着をつけてお家へ帰りなさい。後ろ宮バトラー、いつまでこんなところで遊んでいるの。妹が帰りを待ってるわよ。
That's right. Badler was caught up in the strange game before he even knew it, and unable to understand what he was fighting for. He was taken along at the witch's pace, toyed with, and made to fight for a very long time. There we go. So once he, like, knows about Angie, hopefully that'll give him the will to fight again. That should have been the simplest and first question. Not understanding that is why he loses his purpose for fighting. It's why my voice doesn't reach his ears. What he needs is not some vague purpose, like winning against the witch, or because she's unforgivable. He needs to become aware of a purpose for which he must win.
そうだ、帰りたい。親父やおふくろ、エンジェのところに帰りたい。もう嫌だ。ここは嫌だ。もう魔女は嫌だ。ゲームも殺人も嫌だ。嫌だ。嫌だ。
バトラの魂が戻りかけてる。
でもあとちょっとが届いていない。
もう嫌でしょ。なら家族の元へ帰るためにも戦ってベアトリーチェを打ち破って帰っ。
I didn't mean to cut her off. I feel so bad.
嫌だ。もう魔女は嫌だ。ベアトも嫌だ。どいつもこいつも嫌だ。お前も嫌だ。お前だってどうせきっと魔女の仲間だ。
Angie, tell him. Is she not gonna like pull the little her little things off, her little beads, and be like, you gave these to me when I was however old. Remember you won these for me? I'm your sister.
いつまた裏切るかもわからない。何も信用できない。赤くない言葉は何も信用できな
All
い。
right, Angie, this is when you say in red, I am Angie, Ushurimiya.
俺に構うな。構うな。
Badler's soul howled. She hugged his head from behind so tightly that it hurt. Aww. Yeah. Aw, there we go. Yay, this is what I've been wanting since Angie was introduced. This is so sweet. And for the first time, she just sounded like a little kid crying for her brother instead of like cool Angie.
私よエンジェよお父さんもお母さんもお兄ちゃんも誰も帰ってこない寂しいよお願いだから早く帰ってきて
エンジェ、お前エンジェだったのか。
そうよエンジェよ誰も帰ってこない世界の後ろ宮エンジェ私の家族は全てあの日の六軒島から帰ってこない目の前のあの魔女が家族を全てお兄ちゃんさえも奪い取ってしまったお兄ちゃんだけがあいつをやっつけられる
Oh, there we go. Battler and Angie together, working together to take down the witch. I love it.
あいつをやっつけてそして家族を取り戻してそして私のところに帰ってきて
ベアトが俺の家族を。
そうだ逃げも隠れもせぬわわらわが後ろ宮エンジェから家族を奪ったバトラはわらわの玩具よ
There you go. She's back to her old self again.
その父親も母親もすべて玩具よそなたには返さぬわ永遠に一人ぼっちで帰らぬ家族の帰りを待ってさまよい続けるがいい
From Angie's arms that held him, the very painful, sad, and lonely days that his little sister, left all alone, had gone through, flowed into Battler. Now he's gonna get his soul back because he'd been playing around in a place like this. His little sister had been left all alone and had been forced to endure such painful days.
エンジェエンジェくそ俺は何をやってたんだ。ありがとうなエンジェ。お兄ちゃんは大切なことをずっと忘れていた。
Battler tried to turn around, but Angie was clutching his head with an incredible force, so he couldn't. Sweat? Oh, hot drops splashed on the back of Battler's neck. I hope that's teardrops and not blood. What they were, he discovered by holding Angie's arms as he clung to him, because it stained Battler's hand, his fingers red. Oh shit. What? What? What?
大丈夫か。
Oh no. What? It dripped and splashed. He didn't know what was going on. Battler couldn't tell for sure because he couldn't turn around. But the hot drops staining his entire back were surely blood.
お兄ちゃんを助けるためにここに来るために
Did she sacrifice herself?
唯一守らなき
Oh,
ゃいけない
she wasn't allowed to. Oh no. She wasn't supposed to tell him who she was. Oh, I forgot about that.
それがこれ
Oh no, but she needed to do that in order to give him that push to fight. So she's like, you better do it because I can't come back now.
お兄ちゃんに私が
Oh
エン
no.
ジェだと
Oh, this is so sad.
しまうこと
I was saying, but I wanted this for so bad, but it was so long ago that I forgot about that rule. So it's like they finally got their moment, but that she's gonna die. Oh
だ
no.
ったよお兄ちゃんが目の前にいるのにそれを口にできないなんてこのルールさえ守れば
Oh. But then if she hadn't told him, he
お
wouldn't
兄
have
ちゃんのそばに
he wouldn't have played the
いる
game.
はずだったお兄ちゃんと一緒に魔女と戦うゲームを
Oh no, I'm so sad we don't get to see Angie anymore.
遊べるはずだったでもそれじゃ
No goddamn good at all.
お兄ちゃんは帰らなきゃお家であなたの
Well, that's what she said. This is
待って
the
いるもの
this is the Angie of 1998. He needs to go back to the Angie of 1986.
それは私のことではないけれどそれであなたの妹は救われる
エンジェエンジェこんなに違うこんなに
He wanted to turn around, but he couldn't because of how tightly Angie was gripping his head. However, judging by the blood pouring out and Angie's pained breathing, he realized that something seriously wrong was happening to her right now. So this is this Angie gone from the timeline. So she had her one chance, or 1 in a quadrillion chance, and she took it, and now there's no going back. It's up to Battler now.
私は所詮駒だから。あのね、チェスではね、サクリファイスって言うんだって。
サクリなんだって？そんなことはどうでもいい。早く手当てを。この手を一度離すんだ。エンジェ。
サクリファイスと捨て駒のこと。戦略的展望のためにわざと損を承知で駒を見捨てることを。
The ultimate goal in chess is victory against the opponent, so sacrificing a few individual pieces is no problem if that can bring you to victory in the end. Angie had made a level-headed decision. She had been told over and over again she was a piece, not a player. In order to act like a piece and save Battler, right now, she herself needed to become a sacrificial piece. Battler had to be made aware. His purpose in playing this witch's game must not be something abstract like finishing off the witch. He needs to win the game. He needs to release himself, and he needs to bring his family back home. Why? Because he has family, a little sister waiting for him to come home. A being created to bring Ushirimiya Angie's voice to him. That is who Angie Beatrice is, who I am. I will use the piece I am as a sacrifice, to give Oni-chan the will to fight, to give him purpose. Oni-chan, my purpose is not to play with you in a witch's game for all eternity. I came to bring you Ushirimiya Angie's mourning and sadness. That is my unshakable purpose.
Angie! Angie!
The white, skinny arm holding Battler was pale and transparent, almost like wax, but it was stained so cruelly with fresh blood.
私はもう消えちゃうけれど、お兄ちゃんは頑張って戦ってきっと私のところへ帰ってきてね。待ってるよ、ずっと。
Aww.
お兄ちゃんをもっといっぱい手助けしてあげるつもりだったのに何もできなかった。ごめんね。
いいんだ。お前は俺に教えてくれたじゃねえか。どうして俺が勝たなくちゃならないか。そして俺が絶対に勝ってお前のところに帰ってやらなくちゃって。俺は何をこんなところでぼんやりと遊んでいたんだ。ああ、もうこんなところで遊んでなんかいないぞ。帰るからな、帰るからな。お土産持ってきっと帰るからな。約束する。
She's like, maybe I don't want a souvenir from Rokujima. Maybe not, just use fine.
いらないから
Yeah.
一つだけ約束して。
なんだよ、何でも約束する。
この手を今から離すね。痛かったでしょ。ギュッとしててごめんね。
Aw.
私は大丈夫だから振り返らなくていいから。だから最後にお兄ちゃんの一番かっこいいところを見せて。
Aw, is he gonna say something in English? Sayonara? Or no, see you later. He's probably gonna say like, see you later.
席を立って目の前の魔女を指さしてゲームの再開を宣言して。
Angie's head slid and disappeared behind me. The stark marks of her fingers were left behind in the blood that had been oozing from her fingernails, but I turned around right away to take care of Angie's wounds. He probably didn't want her to see her like that. And she disappeared.
Ange.
ああ
Aw.
振り向いちゃダメって約束したのに。
Ange. どこへ
Behind my chair, as though about 10 watermelons packed with blood had all been smashed, there was a sticky, pulpy mountain. Angie definitely didn't want him to see her like that, and he immediately disobeyed what she said. And around that mountain of blood and minced meat, the clothes and shoes Angie had been wearing lay crumpled as though they'd been thrown off, as though a human's insides alone had been pulverized and discarded, as though Angie, who'd been standing there until just a second ago, had been crushed.
Ange. エンジはどこだよ。エンジはどこに消えたんだよ。おい、エンジはどこに消えたんだよ。
The two young-looking witches said nothing, and just silently looked at the mountain of blood and meat and clothes. But I didn't want to accept it. I did not want to accept it.
わらわはそなたの
Oh,
正面
what? I was right in front of you.
ずっと見ていた。そなたの後ろでエンジが
Oh god, is Beatrice gonna describe in like really bad detail?
お前は知ってるのか。エンジはどこへ行ったんだ。
生きながら焼けたでっかい
Wow, she is going into detail.
一つも親指台の
Oh. Ooh, and she was still talking through all that. Damn, Angie.
わらわは見ていた。魔女の釜で真っ赤に焼かれた無数の残忍な行為を一つまみ一つまみ肉をついば
Nothing can be peaceful here, can
み
it?
引きちぎりエンジェは誇っていい。兄と最後の言葉を交わすためにその苦痛の喘ぎを
Oh, really quick.
耐えたことを誇っていい。
Can we check the characters now? I haven't checked this in a while, have I? The human side. I guess she would be the witch side, right? I still can't get over the fact that George is the only one through all of this. I guess that was confirmed. The body was discovered dead. Nobody else, I guess, yeah, nobody else had a chance to really inspect the body except Badler saw George's body in person. Well, Angie's still showing us alive right now. Let's check the witch side. Nobody gone there yet, so... Like hell that happened. But rolling there on top of that mountain of flesh and clothes was without a doubt what she had been wearing on her head. Those pink bead hair ornaments. To be honest, I was thinking they were a bit too childish and didn't really suit her. So I remembered them well. Why was Angie wearing those? Why has Angie been wearing those cheap ear ornaments? Does he not remember he won those for her? No, no. This can't be Angie. It couldn't be.
ベアとも正直ね。
バトルには見えてなかったんだから蝶々になって飛んでいったとか言ってごまかしちゃえばいいのに。
It's almost like Beatrice herself wants to give Badler even more purpose to fight because he wants to avenge her. He wants to make her... She wants to make him angry.
お前らもそれを見ていたのか。エンジがバラバラに引きちぎられていくところを見ていたのかよ。見ててそんな平然とした顔をしてたのかよ。
Without answering, Berncastel, Lambda Delta, and Beatrice looked at me, some in pity, others in derision. She was calling herself Gretel, so after what happened with Vergalia in the last game, I was thinking up until now she might be Beato's underling, and I was making sure not to trust her even though she was on my side. And then, just as I learned it was actually Angie, I'm not permitted to see her face. And when I turn around, I find something like this.
良いではないか、妹のことなど。どうせそなたは永遠にここから帰れなどせぬ。そなたが帰らぬ世界の妹などどうなろうが知ったことではなかろうが、そなたがここで遊んでいる限り無数の世界のエンジェが孤独となる。
It does feel like Beatrice is needling him. It's almost like she wants him to win now, and she's giving him even more of a push.
今の最後と同じ苦痛を10年以上にもかけて薄めて強いられる。だがそんなことはどうでもいいことではない。
I think she is. I feel like she's almost wanting him to win.
ここにいるそなたには見えない。
Because she's telling him, like, if you don't get out of here, it doesn't matter. She'll be in pain forever. That's gonna make him want to get out even more.
観測できない。観測できない真実は赤き真実を用いねば立証できない。だからエンジェのその後の不幸はそなたの杞憂かもしれない。案外ルドルフの遺産でのんびりと生涯働かずに暮らせてたりしてな。
That was a lie. He's like he said he felt all of her pain and sorrow. From Angie's arm, every part of the sad world that follows had poured into me in an instant. It's all because I keep on lazing about forever and playing in a place like this. I never thought about anyone but myself. I have to defeat her. This is where he does the cool thing, even though Angie doesn't get to see it. He's got to point at her and say that the game will recommence. I have to take back my family and come back to Angie, who's waiting for me as soon as humanly possible. Because even as I hang around with a witch like this, Angie's heart continues to be torn to bits by sadness. Here we go. Here we go. Yes.
お前が見たかったのはこれだよな。
Towards the cruel witch who had indifferently spoke of Angie's brutal last moments, slowly. And yet, with all my might, I pointed.
ベアトリーチェ。ゲームの再開だ。もう俺は逃げねえし、お前も逃がさない。
望むところよ。わらわはもはや逃げも隠れもできぬ。わらわとそなたの決着を確実につけようぞ。どちらかが勝つ、どちらかが敗れて滅ぶ。それ以外の結末は存在しない。
俺は勝つ。どれほどの時間をかけようとも絶対にお前を打ち破る。この勝負にもう妥協も中断も不先輩もない。俺は逃げない、逃がさない。俺を本気で倒しに来いよ。
This music is so epic.
くだらない騙しもごまかしもおかしな交流も馴れ合いも一切必要ない。お前と俺は敵同士。1秒でも早く決着をつけて、俺はエンジェのところへ家族を連れ帰らなきゃならない。
揺るぎなき決意、絶対の意志。人間の絶対なる意志は絶対の魔力となる。それは奇跡に通じ、それを約束する。そう、これは約束された絶対の奇跡。わらわの勝ちは100億に一つも。ひとかけらの奇跡も
There's a whole thing about certainty again and miracles.
ということだ。わらわの足にはいつの間にか
Now, Beatrice doesn't seem too certain of her victory here.
この椅子に縛り付けてわらわに残されたる運命はバトラに殺され敗北することだ。それを拒み永遠に引き分けを繰り返すことのみ。
So she's saying now she doesn't have a chance to win. It's either tie or lose.
いや、殺されるための心の
No,
整理が
Beatrice doesn't seem so certain of
引き分けを
herself.
繰り返すの間違いか。いずれにせよ敗れるためだけに戦う。
Wow. Okay, the tables have turned. Now it seemed like Badler was the one who could only lose or tie at best, and now it's the other way around.
もう永遠の鎖はわらわを縛り付けた。そしてバトラもまた。わらわを逃さぬ。みっともなく許しを請うか。同情を請うために憐れみの心に訴えかけるか。
It seems like as soon as Angie showed up with that magic, Beatrice pretty much has given up now.
なりふり構わず土下座して鎖のせいでそれもかなわぬ。チェックメイト。これは完全なる詰めだ。だがわらわは黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。黄金鏡に君臨したる黄金の魔王。敗れるための戦いであってもわらわにはふさわしき態度がある。そしてわらわにふさわしき散り際を飾る権利がある。わらわとて同じ。そなたに我が魔法を存在を認めさせてこの島に黄金鏡の扉を開く。
So even though Beatrice knows deep down that she can't win this, she of course isn't going to make it seem like that on the surface.
そなたはその最初の茶会の主賓となるだろう。そなた以外は全員がすでに揃っているぞ。主賓の到着が遅れているからいつまでも茶会が開けない。そなたの父親も母親もいとこたちもみんなお前の到着を待ちくたびれているぞ。
ああ、上等だぜ。まったくにもって上等だ。何が魔法だ、何が魔女だ。お前との遊びはこれまでだ。行くぞベアトリーチェ。
存分に来るがよいぞ。妥協も中断も不先輩もない。どちらかが勝ちどちらかが滅ぶ。お前に負ける意志がないというのわらわを倒すしかない。殺すしかない。しかしわらわもむざむざと殺されはしない。わらわにふさわしき最後をそなたが用意できるまで抵抗を繰り返すことができる。そなたにそれができるか。いやできるだろう。必ずできるさ。来いよ殺しやりにくいか。
There's her little cat face again.
ならばいつもの調子で行こう。
Laughing till the end.
殺されるかよ。せめて勝てなくてもお前に勝ちを譲らない程度の嫌がらせはできるんだぜ。ほう、いい面構えだ。殺してみろ殺してみろよ。
Oh
後
shit.
ろ見やバトル。
Damn, there we go. Kill me quickly. Whoa. Whoa. Well. Wow. Okay, I want to try and pause that and see what that said. It just said a thing like, please kill me quickly. Which is going against what she's saying to him. It's like she seems to be fighting between, like, I want to die quickly, get this over with, and I want to give off the appearance that I'm not going to give up. Wow. Damn. Well, quite the ending there. Woo. Alright, what an amazing ending to that chapter. The last of the question arcs. That whole moment with Battler and Angie was just so heartbreaking, so bittersweet. I'm glad that they got to reunite and he actually knew who she was before she disappeared, and she gave herself up to give him purpose to fight, which was so touching. So people have told me that going into the answer arcs, I've been given all the information I need to figure out who is behind this, how this all works. But I'm gonna have to sit down and like go back over this chapter because you know, I've been playing it for so long. There's a lot of information I've forgotten about because, as always, I'm going to be doing my theory videos after I'm fully done this chapter. So next week is going to be the tea party, and I have heard it's a very long one, but it's amazing. So I'm going to try and see if we can get it all into one episode, but I can't guarantee it because very busy this week with work. So I will try my best. It might end up being split into 2 parts, and then of course, like I said, I will be doing my theory and discussion video afterwards before we get into the answer arcs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I certainly did. I apologize for it being short this week. Look forward to the tea party next week, and then my discussion video on this chapter, and then we're going to be getting into the answer arc, so I am really excited to see what is waiting for me with that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Nana, Sparky, Dumbass Loser, Tequila Mockingbird, Puncake G, Derek Nickel, Harry Gazif, Asborn Kennedy, and Icognito.